And he's like, tell you what, you come back here tomorrow night, and after the restaurant closes at 9, I got a buddy coming over, and we'll play some music. I was like, fucking absolutely.
And what's the name of this restaurant? Because I need to go try the food, but also it sounds like this guy may be a savant of some sort.
He's the man.
I mean, he may be creative of all facets. Where's this shout out we got to give again?
It's called Atelier. It's Atelier.
Yeah, there's got to be an R in there. They fucked all sorts of spelling up over there in pronunciation.
No, dude. He busted out Pappy Van Winkle. We were drinking like amazing bourbon and playing music. It's
beautiful.
Great.
Yeah,
all
it's
right.
great.
Well, let's revert back to Miss Bevin. I mean, you're the native here, so where? I mean, you gave us a sleeper in the Rolling Pin Bakery, and you like the finer things of the seafood or the sushi of Cherry Creek. What are some other happy hour specials, date nights you like to prefer? We usually ask, kind of pick their brain if you have a new or best restaurant you liked or tried recently.
You know, like when you're a native somewhere. I'm just really soaking in the native right now.
Totally.
But that you
Love
don't know the names of the streets or anything. You just know place. Like that's how I feel about restaurants.
Like take a ride off the Spear. And
I'm
then
like
just
2 blocks from my
place.
house is a restaurant. What is it called, Travis?
From your place?
Yeah, south.
What kind of food?
It's delicious food. It's like 2 blocks. It's like 20. I think it's like 28th and Josephine. There's a restaurant, and it is amazing, and their cocktails are amazing.
That's almost near the park, up near City Park.
Yeah, it's very close to City Park.
I'm over at 14th and kind of right there at York and Josephine. So I'm over in Cheeseman. But okay, I won't put you on the spot.
Yeah, we'll have to figure this out. I'm like the worst at that. Also, like, I mean,
Bevin's claim to fame as far as food goes with Trout Steak is local, regional delicacies.
What's your jam? Do you have like are you it sounds like French is his thing. Are you like an Italian fan? Do you like Indian food? Do you like sushi and Chinese?
Plymouth?
Oh, it's the Plymouth. Yeah, the Plymouth. Everyone should go there for a drink because they have like really great cherries, really great mixologists. Is that the name? Yeah.
The bar looks beautiful.
The bar is beautiful. They have a rotating pastry menu, so a cocktail and a dessert. Regional delicacy of City Park. But no, I like
wild caught.
I like to try the foods that you can't get places. So like last week in Alabama when I was there, I had shrimp and grits. I had cornbread stuffing, which I had never had for Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I ate that like for 6 days because like I've never had it. You know, like what else did I have? Oysters, obviously.
See, the natives, you miss out on such dank food because this state has always been a meat and potatoes place for so long that you're learning of all this.
But
have you ever had oyster stuffing at Thanksgiving?
I've never had oyster stuffing at Thanksgiving.
Yes. It fucks. That shit fucks. It's real good.
The only mistake I made in that trip was that a couple weeks before that, I was up in Minnesota at an artist residency that I was doing, and I was like, oh, I'm just going to eat all the Midwest regional delicacies, which was like, there was one place we went that had like 8 different types of fried things. So it was like, I had cheese curds for dinner, and I had like fried wonton weirdness. Like it wasn't even like a real, like, it was not Asian, it was Midwestern, and like deep fried
Say it. I thought you were about to say butter.
No, it wasn't deep fried butter. I did not go.
It was
banana peppers.
Yeah.
Banana peppers, deep fried. Ew, and like, they were good. They were like kind of like weird French fries but like pickles and deep fried pickles, like all of that kind of stuff. So I was like
them spears or chips when you
chips, 100%. The
spears are like psychopaths.
No,
we all agree on that. People
we can all
fried.
Some people like that, and no,
that's
not
like
at all.
a pre-crime. You know, like in Minority
horrible.
Report when they should come arrest you before you do something bad.
That's right.
If you like pickled fried dill pickles, then like in the spear form. That's pre-crime.
Yeah, that's right.
But then, like a week later, cut to Alabama, and the first place I go has like fried oysters and fried catfish and fried pickles and fried And I was like, oh gosh,
order that
regional.
I know.
The regional
I'm sorry.
delicacies of the South and the Midwest almost identical, other than the oysters. You can't get good oysters in the Midwest.
It's hard. It's tough. It's tough.
But like, I think like there's deep fried raviolis. Is that St. Louis?
That's St. Louis, yeah.
Yeah. And
haven't had
like
those.
when you're in like New York, you have to get bagels and pizza and like.
What's the weirdest shit you ever eaten? Like, do y'all ever eat like?
Oh, I
some
mean,
really
Colorado has Rocky Mountain oysters.
crazy
Like
balls?
that was.
Yep, we did
A
that.
high school thing. Like yeah.
We did that after Boats and Bluegrass with the lowest pair we went
Oh,
to.
did you?
Yep, we
That's insane.
ate right.
You don't do
Skyline
that after
chili? Is
like
that
Skyline
what
chili,
Skyline
huge
chili,
Skyline
That's
chili.
probably
We-
the grossest.
yeah.
That'll go
Very
like
sweet.
shit through a
Very
goose.
like
But there's
cinnamony.
this dip that we learned about where you take it's delicious. You take like an entire block of cream cheese and you smash it into a casserole, like a full casserole that you'd make like a large dish in. Smash it down, pour the can of Skyline on top of it, put a bunch of shredded cheddar, and just stick that thing in the microwave for like minutes. Get it really toasty and melty, and then you eat it, all that salty deliciousness with corn chips. And it is, that is a regional delicacy.
That sounds a lot like crack dip. We use like, instead of using Skyline chili, we use like a ground sausage and
Yeah,
then mix it all
yeah.
up, kind of like in a pot.
Totally.
Oh, fuck that.
You can get
Just get your
Skyline
blood
chili,
pressure,
by
like,
the
really
way,
high.
at King Supers. Did you know?
What is Skyline chili? I need to be.
Go to King
Blessed with the
Supers.
knowledge.
You can get it.
Skyline chili.
It's imported to Colorado.
Skyline chili. Cincinnati claims that it is the chili capital of the United States, which is, I mean, we love our friends in Cincinnati, so I'm not going to talk shit.
I think
But
it's delicious.
They
I'll eat it.
They have like their Cincinnati chili is like almost all meat. It's like a meat sauce. It's like
And then they put
And
it
then
over
it's on
noodles
pasta.
instead of
Yeah.
they you eat it
or hot
weird.
dogs.
right,
Well,
but
it's-
when you
I'll
eat it,
fuck up
the
any
chili
cheese
dog.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like you eat it on spaghetti, and you got to cut it with a fork. And did you know about this? I learned about this on our last tour. You got to cut it with a knife and a fork, and you take it out like a piece of pie and eat it.
So
What?
you don't eat it like spaghetti.
I don't know. I've
Fucking
never eaten it
weird-ass
like that.
Cincinnatians. I can say it.
I can't.
This isn't going national.
Yeah.
Maybe our friends in Cincinnati that listen to the Colorado podcast.
Right.
I don't think so. So you're safe in this.
That's good.
You're in the trust tree.
But in general, it's like it's sweeter, and it's like cinnamon and kind of like
it's very-
clove.
yeah.
Like
It's like a pasta sauce mixed with a chili, put onto pasta or hot dogs.
See,
crazy.
All right, so that's going to lead me into my next question. So we do this segment, and I mentioned we do the stoned appetit thing, and so we've pretty much gone off into the deep end of great stoned snacks from everything fried from the Midwest and the South. And I couldn't agree more. And you made my mouth like sweat, and now I'm kind of sad that I'm not home. But so we have a question that we like to ask our listeners, and I guess I'll go ahead and lead it. Let's say you come in after a late night show. We'll say you're coming home, though. So it's this Friday after y'all finish the show, and you're starving, possibly a little bit high, possibly a little bit drunk. What is the go-to snack that's coming out of the fridge that you either concoct or make? Are you doing the weird Skyline chili
No,
dip?
no.
What's the late night snack guilty pleasure for y'all?
Well, usually I've like taken home a bag of green room snacks, and I would probably
That's
just
right.
bust out the green room
Yeah,
snacks. So it'd be
some
like a
gross old
veggie platter,
broccoli.
some mini carrots and some hummus,
Okay.
tortilla chips. It's not.
Bevin is she's the thriftiest person in our band. If
I mean,
there's
that
free
food is gonna get
that is,
thrown in the
like,
trash.
squirreled away for sure.
Well, that makes me want to ask it. You mentioned Green Room, and I don't know if you've seen the movie Airheads. I watch a lot of movies, so that's apparent. They ask for a bunch of random shit just to see what they can kind of get away with.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever? What's the craziest thing y'all have ever asked for out of a green room, or like out of maybe a venue that's hosting you? I know you want to be invited back, but have you ever been like a lizard, or like give us a kid that's, or a small person walking around with the chips and sombrero and stuff like that, like a Johnny Be Good?
Man, we
Our requests are pretty.
we
They're
went
pretty
far
tame.
out there a little bit.
Yeah.
But actually, this isn't crazy at all. This is not crazy. But our band is completely addicted to LaCroix sparkling water now, and sometimes our entire rider will get crossed out, and we'll just have a box of LaCroix, and we're like, we're the richest band of all time.
Yeah, it makes you feel so rich when you're drinking those bubbles.
So what's the flavor? Because I personally feel like they all taste like cardboard. So what's your go-to flavor for LaCroix?
Oh, my personal is just regular, like just the blue, which
is that just
not
bubble water?
It's just bubble water. It's just like really, it's got a little tang. Yeah, just sparkling water.
Pamplemousse for me, man. That's sweet grapefruit.
I'm like a lemon lime, but just the regular is my favorite.
Yep.
I'll just y'all on something that's cool. That's about to be a Colorado. It's based out of Rocky Mountain Soda. They're coming out with a drink that you'll be able to buy. It's supposed to be in the same market as LaCroix, but it actually is going to be CBD infused. They have it's all natural as well, so it's actually good for you. I know LaCroix's in the news because theirs may not be actually natural, but at the same time, I can understand it. Whatever. I didn't expect it to really be natural.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to Rocky Mountain Soda. They may have something for y'all here. That's just a seamless little plug for our friends.
Hey, we'll take it.
There we go. I was really hoping
look
you
us up, Rocky Mountain Soda.
Do they want to sponsor
being the weirdest thing for the green room?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we used to
We're working
I
on
think
them
right
first.
now it's kind of weird that we're like, oh, we don't need that bottle of whiskey. We don't need those cases of beer. Can we have like 2 cases of LaCroix?
You got to stay hydrated out on the road, man. It's a long time.
It takes its toll on you.
It
if
takes
you
its
ask for
toll.
A bottle of whiskey every
That's
single
right.
Yeah.
We have gone down that road many, many times.
It's a lot harder sometimes to get like a case of LaCroix, a case of good water on the road, as compared to like the whiskey is flowing freely.
Yeah, it's easy to find. LaCroix, not so much.
Well, then let me circle back. We talked about the green room. Sorry, Littman, I'm stealing these questions from you.
Go ahead.
What are we looking forward to for not only this, I guess we're kind of wrapping up the calendar year, but for 2019 for Trout Steak Revival, what do we have in store after this badass weekend that we have in Denver and Fort Collins?
Gosh, we're gonna have another weekend leading up to New Year's Eve.
Okay,
we have
we're
4
gonna party on
shows.
New Year's.
We have a show in Keystone on New Year's Eve, but leading up to that, we have Keystone. No, Keystone is what I just said. Steamboat and
BV, right?
Yeah,
Buena Vista.
BV and Santa Fe, right?
That's
no,
right.
that's afterwards. We have like 2 weekends, like a weekend after that too of shows that we're really looking forward to. Yes.
So y'all will be around the state.
It is Crested Butte
for the next couple of weeks. So all
Yeah.
of our listeners, we have a bunch of friends up in the Vail Valley, and so shout out to them. Y'all
Yes,
are able to
please.
catch these guys. Y'all aren't too far away, so if
Yeah.
you're not necessarily in the cities, you'll still be able to catch them in the mountains as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the dates are on.
We'll send our listeners and you guys to troutsteakrevival.com.
Yeah.
See where you're going.
Yeah, we just go where they tell us to go.
Troutsteak.com.
Troutsteak.com.
Oh, either one works.
Either one works.
Yeah.
And
Good.
I apologize. I didn't mean to cut off the last segment. That's my bad, Travis. We didn't even ask what your guilty stoned appetit late night snack was.
Oh,
Do you
man.
steal shit from the green room as well?
No, that's a good question.
You do sometimes.
I do sometimes. I'm a pasta guy, man. I love sometimes I think that like 60% of my diet is just noodles. You know what I mean? Like
Nothing wrong with that.
It's like a vehicle for something
it's
else.
good.
Like
It's
you can
like-
throw anything on it.
Yeah.
Just
So
butter.
if it's like really late night and I don't got anything around, I'll just like fry up some garlic and some like chili oil and make some spaghetti and throw it in there and do like,
When have you done that
I'll
on
come up
tour?
with something.
That's not too bad.
You need to start making everyone noodles, like
Dude,
that.
I will do that. That's
You're
my
gonna start
home
making
jam.
late night nudes for everybody in the,
That's
in
right.
the band.
Yeah.
Late night nudes.
I
Coming from
only
Travis.
I only have so much to offer, so
That's going to be weird, but at least everybody else will be stoked. Late night nudes. Well, so we also, I know, like I mentioned earlier, y'all are huge fans of this podcast, and this is y'all listen to every single episode. So I think we're going to probably segue into our favorite segment, our listeners' favorite segment, and that's a little rapid fire for those that don't know, and that is their first episode. It's this or that.
got it.
And so I'll let Littman do this, and you quiz one of them, and I'll quiz the other one of them. So
Okay. I'll take
another
Bevin.
one. All right, good luck.
Take Bevin. Coffee or espresso?
Espresso.
Breakfast or dinner?
Dinner.
Whitney or Mariah?
Oh, Whitney.
Jesus. Duh.
Weed
But
or booze?
she can sing so high. Like-
Whitney Houston's the bomb.
Oh, okay. What?
Weed or booze?
Booze.
Ooh, okay. Thin or thick crust pizza?
Thick.
All right. I think that was...
You're not going to ask her the rest. All right, fine.
Well, I wanted to say